Every great real estate transaction starts with choosing a really good professional to work with. But what a lot of people won't tell you is that not all real estate agents are created equal. If you just take a look at Las Vegas right here in our backyard, right? We've got somewhere in the neighborhood of 17 to 18,000 licensees. And so the number one thing you have to remember is that most of these agents are not full-time, right? They're part-time. They're Uber drivers. They're cocktail waitresses. They have other gigs, and they thought it would be a really great idea to get a real estate license and practice on the side. And if they only do one or two transactions a year, guess who they're practicing on, right? That's number one. Number two, when you're interviewing real estate agents, you want to make sure that they actually have a track record. How long have they been in the business, right? If it's less than a year or two, then I'd ask them the next question, which is how many transactions have you actually successfully closed? And can you provide some references? Would you be okay with me talking to some of the clients that you represented both on the buy and the sell side? That's super important because it's not finding the right house. What it really is negotiating a great deal and making sure that the deal stays together all the way to the finish line, or else everything has been for nothing, right? The other thing I really want to know is what is the number of transactions that they do in a typical year? And I'll tell you why that's important, right? Real estate is a commission-based sale. And so if I'm working with an agent, I want to make sure that I'm working with an agent that does enough deals so that they can tell me if the house that I'm falling in love with is a stinker. In other words, they're making enough every month that they don't need to jam a terrible house down my throat in order to pay their mortgage, right? That sounds really, really ugly, but I want you to know it is the truth. You want to make sure you're working with someone that's not financially tethered to your transaction, that they can be objective and give you really good advice, because that's why you're hiring them, right? That's why you're working with a professional.